So it's time to start. Thank you very much again for joining us today in this Composable Digital Experience series. We are in the episode number 13, and today we are going to talk about customer portals. Introducing today our guest, Christoph, who is the business director of Salesforce at Actum Digital. And also, I would like to say thanks who is behind the scenes, Eliska, who is helping us with all the technical part of the webinar. My name is Juan. I am business developer at Actum, and well, I think that it's time to start introducing where we are, okay, and what is Actum Digital. Well, our company has been in the market for more than 25 years. We have been delivering digital service across different countries. We are right now working with projects in North America, Europe, Asia, and Middle East. We have more than 300 specialists, and we are certified in IT service management, and as you can see, also in other areas. Before to start with the topic of today, I would like to give you a brief introduction of what we are going to discuss, which is basically what is a customer portal. We are also going to give you some information about use cases and implementations that we have delivered at Actum Digital. We are going to talk about Salesforce. Actually, that is the reason why Chris is going to today helping us with this webinar. Also, we are going to showcase a demonstration and a live experience, let's say, of how customer portals are useful in the day-to-day. And by the end of the webinar, we are going to have a round of questions. So Chris and myself, we are going to be happy to discuss with you if you have any kind of question related with the topic. First point is, what is a customer portal? Lately, the customer portal has been a very famous self-service solution because it provides a centralized platform for customers to receive information or relevant information about the service or product that companies are offering. So with customer portals, customer can access to different information. They can manage their accounts, they can see their bills, and even they can process orders. So there is a wide range of services that customer portals can provide. And some relevant information is that currently 73% of customers want to solve the products in a self way, or they are looking for this kind of self-service technology to solve different inquiries or issues at the moment to interact with companies. We are going to see the capabilities of this technology in the demonstration, but this is the first approach of what is a customer portal and how this technology is working. So in terms of use cases, we would like to share two main ones with every one of you. The first one is with Christie's, one of the biggest auction house in the world. And what we have been doing, or what we have been working with Christie's, is about consignment management in my account section. So, for example, right now, Christie's website facilitates consignment management in a more efficient way. Also, with Christie's, we have been working in this application, or with this application, to make sure that it's easy to escalate every single feature of a customer portal. I think that's something that is important to mention in this particular case, or actually in the case of the customer portal, is that this application is very easy to integrate with any other kind of solution or with any other kind of technology. So we can integrate a customer portal with different content management systems and with different applications. So that is why the reason also of Christie's deciding to move forward with this kind of technology. And of course, this has great benefits for the companies. And in this case, we can see, for example, a significantly improve in the Net Promoter Score for sellers. Another particular case is Metro Cash and Carry, one of the largest European B2B retailer. In this case, we have been working in a platform of their website where we have implemented my Metro customer portal. Again, same case, customers can access to the customer portal and they can see different kind of information or access to different kind of information through this technology without the need to directly contact some representative of the company. So in this case, some highlights functionalities, we can see, for example, the inclusion of features related with the my account. So customers can manage their account through this technology. They can also see all the billing details, for example, for last orders. And in the same way, they can manage loyalty points. So they can have, as we discussed already, different kind of information and different kind of features provided by this customer portal technology. It's important to say that we have integrated for them an offline system across 25 different countries. And with this particular technology or with this implementation, Metro Cash and Carry could increase the traffic to their website with plus that 300% or more than 300%, which means, or which is clearly proof that customers are really interested to find this kind of self-service solution through the website of the different companies. We are going to see later on a demonstration, as I already mentioned. But right now, we are going to continue with the Salesforce customer portals and what are the capabilities that Salesforce is providing for this technology.
Perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. Following the introduction of Juan on the examples, let's dive in more detail about what is the power of a customer portal. We heard a couple of examples here, but following like the question, what is a portal? What does a portal mean for you? It means it's a front end for you to have a part of your CRM strategy to engage, connect, and collaborate with your customer. It's not about a one way, it's about how to work together. So the essential question is, how do you want to manage interactions? How do you want to drive your customer relationship management? I will use today's Salesforce customer community as a technology example to give you some elements of what you should consider if you think about your own portal or what you should be aware of. So why do we always say it's indispensable as part of your CRM strategy? Like, the world is online. The requirements towards your companies, towards us as company has changed. So it's not about just what products you offer, but how are the services around that we offer. It's always about the happy case. I've ordered something, I book something, all goes well. But how do you deal with things if they're not going well? Where do I can find the information to the problem I have? Where can I have direct access to the need, to the help that I need at the point when I need it? It's not about waiting 5 years until I get the response of my service ticket. We all know personal experience in private life. That's not the experience you want to have with a company. So from a company perspective, it's not just revenue and loyalty, as also Juan mentioned about driving experience to websites, but customer support or customer interactions are a cost center. If you just assume, and that's something Salesforce provided us here, a single ticket easily costs up to $15. It doesn't sound much, but if you do the scale of how many customer interactions you have a year, how many interactions you might have with a customer service, it comes up to a quite hefty sum potentially. While not even considering what is the cost of losing a client to not providing the experience they might imagine. Now, every one of you might have different clients, different interactions, different languages, channels, different groups of people to cater to. And if you think about it, that easily comes to a couple of dozens of hundreds of different technologies, data that needs to move from A to B. So it can be also a cost factor if you want to increase this. So on one hand, you have expectation from clients you want to manage, and there's a potential risk of losing clients, there's a potential risk of investment. So one of the angles we can basically see here as the primary benefit is you want to build strong relationships. It's all about the customer value. How can you increase this over lifetime? How can you make sure the client sticks with you? How can you ensure that on the same time, while driving this loyalty, because we know multiple touch points are needed to drive this customer relationship, you keep the cost on a lower cost, like decrease the cost, sorry about that, and increase the efficiency with that. So what portal and this customer relationship management strategy is a dedicated space for your customers to interact, share insights, and connect. And if you think about a community aspect, it's always better if someone you as refer to maybe as an influencer or a similar client gives you insight on product feedback, helping you to solve the problem. So you can provide in a help center your questions and answers, and this can be easily, depending on language, different user needs, and maybe even browsing search. But on the other hand, having a public community which peer-to-peer feedback helps to solve problems, because if one client might have the problem, multiple other ones have the same, which gives you the insight again, what is driving your clients, what is on their mind, to actually then upgrade your own customer service. Now, imagine the world where customers find the solutions on their questions without actually having to pick up the phone or even write an email. You all know we write an email, then we wait a day, then it's a ping pong potentially, but you want to empower your customers to help themselves through a knowledge base and actually collaborative space. That's why we call it a customer portal. And in the end, it results in a more efficient support without even the ticket being created. So you remember those $15 potentially per ticket. If you can avoid them actually being created and the client actually without even need to create this, so saves time and it potentially saves you personal resources and costs, it might be quicker and cheaper. Again, it comes down to your individual needs of clients. But if you think now about some business of you might need those personal interactions, personal touch, you might even have service or some client interactions physically in the real world with a field service. You want to make sure that this front end to your clients, if the help center is not enough, gives you as easy as possible access to your support internally. And if you think about now, you have potentially different languages, different markets to cater to, different hypotheses, different of what channels, what content, what interactions you might want to give to different people. It might be costly to try all of those. And that's one of the things we want to talk about Salesforce is you have one single technology sitting on your basic CRM, your ticketing system, your sales system, your marketing system, giving you the extra front end with clicks and not code to actually share these interactions with your clients. So one thing we just talked about a bit is what happens in the front end, what we want to give to clients, what we should be aware of. On the other hand, what we should be aware of, what happens in the background. What happens if what happens about a ticket that gets created? You want to make sure the ticket gets as easily and as most efficient assigned to the right person, helping internally to help this client with this need. So one thing is out of the box case routing, AI classification of this ticket, maybe even providing a chatbot within your customer service support team, like this client has reached out to this topic about 3 times in the last couple of weeks. He has been other clients. This is the best answer. Again, it's about the efficiency, it's about the user experience, and we all know speed is key here sometimes. On the other hand, you also want to have some analytics. How do people interact with my customer portal? What are the most frequent search terms? Maybe you want to adapt to those behaviors of your client. What are the most common tickets? You might have a ticketing system already, but if you combine this with the front end, meaning there wouldn't be even a ticket created, you still want to analyze this and take this into consideration of driving the user experience for your support. Now let's talk about the communication. Of course, we talk about email. We all know this. That's the easiest way to get to support. What happens in email? There's a break. You send something, you wait, someone comes back. Sometimes you don't want to wait. Sometimes you are on the road and you want with your smartphone get an immediate answer. One of the most common things nowadays is obviously live chats, chatbots, and the other thing is obviously a login protected area where you can access all the documents, all the functionality Juan also mentioned in the beginning within clicks, and you don't want to go through a lengthy process. And as we learned earlier, the key to a nice and user-friendly support while keeping the cost of the support and a reasonable cost is managing scale. How do you manage not just 1,000 clients at the same time, how you manage 10,000? The moment you have main channel is calls, there's only one call you can take at a time. With live chats, for example, you would be able to have multiple chats at the same time while giving even the client some links. Hey, please click here. If you go to your login portal, you can see your information directly. So obviously we talk about a guided path, a guided user experience within your portal, assisted by a chatbot or potentially assisted by a live chat. Again, it comes down to how you want to drive your customer service experience and your client experience on a portal, but you can easily set up different portals and combine those experiences maybe for different clients. Let's see, a number A client, the gold client, he gets different service access than maybe someone who ordered only once in the past. It's up to you how you want to drive this. But the other thing, as we mentioned, portals are part of your CRM strategy. CRM in the sense of it's a customer touchpoint, which also means you could use this as a potential profit center for support. Allow sales marketing to introduce maybe discount promotion because you have the client on this time of actually doing service ticket or customer interaction. He can offer him different services. It's part of your promotion strategy potentially. So the portal is not just from a support perspective, but also from sales and marketing, an additional touch point you have with your client where you can make sure you communicate the right information at the right time. So in the end, it's about how you want to combine it, but just be aware, key important things of those help center, different channels, make sure you can scale it easily, have the analytics reporting inside, and then actually make sure the end-to-end users process is covered by what you tell. So customer community or customer portals are not just a platform, it's a catalyst for transforming customer relationships. And now Juan will show you a great example of combining the points mentioned before and support and actually service offering, how this could look like in real life.
Thank you very much, Chris. That was a great explanation of what are the uses and why a customer portal is right now very significant technology for and very much appreciated for customers. Actually, we were seeing that 73% of customers already are thinking that a customer portal is a valuable technology. And it's improving, of course, the experience because it's much easier to interact with companies. And I would like to actually was thinking how to be capable to demonstrate that customer portal are efficient. And I was thinking in my daily basis. And I could find an example that I would like to share with all of you right now. And I think that is a good summary of, for example, what a user like myself, that I'm living in a foreigner country, I don't speak the local language, and sometimes it's pretty difficult to communicate myself with the service representatives, or in the meantime is also I don't have too much time to schedule maintenance, for example, for the car, or to communicate and wait actually for long period of times for a communication with the company. So this particular case is about a customer portal built by Renault. I have my car with this brand, so I have my own account. And here we can see many features that Christoph was talking about, because, for example, if we see the overall, here I can see different kind of information that is relevant for me every time that I am thinking about my car. For example, here I can see contracts, I can see documentation relevant of the car, I can also see the maintenance, and I can see offers that is related with the selling part of the service. So let's walk through a little bit slow of what are the capabilities of a customer portal. I think that for me, this is a great experience. Actually, this is something that has helped me to really have a better engagement with the brand, and in the meantime, to have a much easier communication with the brand of my car. So every time, in this case, that I need to go to maintenance, I can see when this should be taking place based on the total kilometers of my car. So here's a great feature because based on the kilometers of the car, I can set up a maintenance for it. So easy process. I don't need any other kind of communication. I can schedule this through the customer portal, and I am reducing a lot the time that I should spend in this process. And also I can be aware of where my car should go to maintenance. So this is a great feature of what we were talking. And again, this is a customized experience. You can implement different features based on the needs of your customers, of course. And as I said at the very beginning, something relevant is that it's pretty easy. Actually, Christoph mentioned this as well, the scalability. It's pretty easy to integrate with other platforms, and it's pretty easy to add new features in case that the needs of your client relationship is changing. So this, for example, is the part of maintenance. Also, we can see here relevant documentation. Of course, I am not really having enough time to read the whole manual of the car and see what are the characteristics, model, or relevant information about this. So here is a pretty easy summary of what is my car, and when I need, for example, to work with some documentation, I can go to directly to this customer portal and easily find all the relevant information about the car. Same thing, and this is a very important topic, I think, for everyone who has a car, is like, what are the contracts, what are the warranties? These are very difficult documentation, because actually, literally 3 days ago, I was trying to find relevant information about the contracts with the car, and I was not able to find these papers anywhere. So I spent a couple of hours trying to find that. And after that, I was thinking about the possibility to get this information through the customer portal. And yes, it was here. There is a great summary of what are my guarantees and what are not my rights with the brand. So here we can see another example of how you can reduce the spending time of your customers trying to interact with your brand with the implementation of a customer portal. I think that we are great with the time, but I am going to be a little bit faster, because I guess the concept is well understood in terms, okay. So for example, when we are seeing the commercial part of the customer portal, here we can see offers. The brand doesn't need to call me, doesn't need to send me emails. If I am constantly checking my customer portal, in this case, I am doing it, because as you can see, there is relevant information, so they can use this technology and this platform to also give me commercial offers. So in this case, also, I realized that I have a present, which is a calendar that I have to pick up, which is nice, but also they are offering me other kind of services through the customer portal. And in the meantime, I can connect myself with the Renault store, which is, of course, simplifying the way that I am trying to interact with the brand when I need other kind of services, or when they are trying to offer me other kind of services. So here is a great example of how a good customer portal works. This is how you can simplify the life of your customers, making sure that the interactions are easy. And of course, something that I would like to add, because the other day I had a long discussions about customer portals. This can be integrated or with any single platform, which means that all this information is information that you can collect about your customers. So you can know your customers in a better way, checking what they are trying to find through the customer portal. And of course, if you connect this with your contact center or with your customer service team, what is going to happen that when someone is trying to interact with you, you are going to already have that information, and you are going to be able to improve the customer experience in a significant way. I would like to say thanks to Chris, because he has given us a great explanation of how Salesforce is working with customer portals, and also to Eliska. So if you have any kind of questions, you can, of course, connect with ourselves. Here is our information, so you can contact us by email, by phone, or you can go to the website of Actum Digital. Chris, some final words before we finish this presentation?
All good. Thanks for joining. Enjoy the rest of the week, and hope to speak soon.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.